going, yeah, first week of July. Woo! Welcome to summer, I guess, everybody. July 1st, 2018. Second half of the year starts now. So that's hard to believe. We're done 6 months of the year already. But first day of July coming up on the 4th of July here, middle of the week. I know did that kind of catch you off guard a little bit, Wes? I know I kind of forgot about it, and then it's like, oh yeah, 4th of July is on a Wednesday this year.
Yeah, well, I'm used to it. It was the middle of the week last year too, so it's kind of
yeah. I guess it's a little tougher for people that are taking off. They try to turn, if it's on a Monday or a Friday or a Thursday, it's easier for people to kind of just turn it into a 4 or 5 day weekend pretty easy. Or a Wednesday, they're like, well, do you just take the whole week off or not? So a lot of people are doing that now. I know.
Yeah.
I think Pam's taking off. What's she gonna take off? She's gonna take off. She can work half a day Tuesday and take off Wednesday, Thursday. So, but yeah, a lot of people just tend to take off the entire week between like this weekend and bookend next weekend and do their summer trips or whatever. But
yeah, Chris took Thursday off, and I don't know. I might go in late on Thursday.
Okay.
Do that.
Yeah. Well, how far a drive is it for you to come back from St. Augustine? A few hours?
Yeah, it's like an hour and a half to an hour and 45, somewhere in there.
That's not too bad, really.
The problem is you get stuck over there because of the Intercoastal Waterway.
Oh. Okay.
So after the fireworks, the traffic is ridiculous for a couple hours, so you might as well just stay because a lot of the shops and stuff are open afterwards.
Okay.
So it's easier just to stay and hang out and relax than try to get in and get out of town because you're going to be waiting in traffic for 2 hours anyway.
Yeah, I mean, there pretty much is only it's a 2-lane road. I mean, that's the only way out of there.
Right. Yeah. There's a bridge, every couple of miles, but.
Yep, I remember that.
10,
we were down
miles,
there. Yeah, we were down there 5 or 6 years ago and driving around, and we're like, man, this must just be a pain when it's crowded because you just it is. There's you got the one road and that's it, and that's the north and south. That's pretty much it. From Jacksonville down there. I mean, it's essentially it's a 2-lane most of the way. There's some passing lanes here and there, but most of the way it's 2-lane. I'm like, man, this would just be terrible if it was really crowded. So the fireworks end 10:15 or so. You guys just hang out till midnight and then and get back home at 2 or something like that.
That's the best plan. Go get some ice cream and hang out.
Yeah, just wait till the crowds dissipate. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we did our local fireworks last year because my brother and his kids were here, and the weather was actually good. It wasn't too humid, and it was warm, but it wasn't real humid, and that was okay. We went over a couple hours early. We went over at like 6 or 6:30. Got there a little early and got it just set up and went. It wasn't too bad getting out, but I'm thinking about, I don't know. Stone Mountain does a huge, they do a huge fireworks thing, and their big thing this year they're pitching is you're going to get you can show up on the 4th and do that, or we're going to do the same exact show from the 1st through the 7th. So pretty much the whole week they're doing the same thing.
Wow.
So yeah, and I was like, well, that's kind of cool. Maybe you can go like on a Friday, or go next Friday or Saturday, the 5th or the 6th or something like that, and right that way. So man, let's just see what the weather kind of looks like. That might be fun. We haven't been there in a while. We've seen the laser light show, but it was like 8 or 9 years ago. But I guess they do a pretty good job when they add that, and then they add the fireworks on top of it. And of course now they've got all the drones. They've got the whole, like, how they did at the Olympics. You remember that?
Yeah.
The wall of drones flying around. They do that now, and so it's probably pretty cool. But it can get just really crazy crowded there. And if the weather is, if it's a hot and humid day, and just kind of it's a good. You just kind of sit and sweat. So we'll have to see. But so I'm doing the Peachtree on Wednesday. So I'm gonna take my phone. So I'm gonna get a couple of shots. But that should be fun. I'm looking forward to that. I probably won't get too many photos, but it'll be a good people watching experience. The weather's supposed to be okay. It's supposed to be warm, but no real chance of rain until later in the afternoon. So that'll be good. So you have to get up early though, man.
Yeah.
yeah, take the train in and do that. But yeah, that should be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I'm not expecting to go particularly fast because I'm the second to last wave. But it should be fun. I'll get a good T-shirt and hang out with a bunch of people in some crazy costumes. Because yeah, it's always the last waves. Everybody's in, everybody puts on costumes or whatever. So it'll be a fun. Me and 60,000 of my closest friends doing that. But then the weekend, then we got 1 week after that, and then we leave on the 14th, I think it is. 2 weeks from today, actually. Yeah, so it's the 14th we leave, and we'll go up to Michigan for a week. So looking forward to that. Get some,
all right.
Hopefully get some images up there. There's actually a lot of lighthouses. We've kind of changed our plan on how we're getting up there. We're leaving a little earlier, and we're going to take an extra day and hang out on the coast, the Michigan side of Lake Michigan, along the coast. What town is it? Holland, I think. And there's another little town a little farther north. There's a number of lighthouses along there, so we'll see. It's supposed to be pretty cool. Yeah, so I don't know if I can get any semi-like shots, but there's some neat lighthouses. So we shall see. But yeah, we kind of altered our trip from added another day just to take a little extra time just for the two of us, just to kind of hang out up there and do that. So if the weather cooperates, hopefully get some good images there. So
lighthouses will be good practice for you tilting the lens and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. There's so many lighthouses. I mean, yeah, obviously there's just a lot of lighthouses there, and some are real basic, but there are a few older ones that look like they're accessible. Where there's a lot that are just there and you can't get close to them because they've got them. They're Coast Guard lighthouses or whatever. But there's a number of them that look like that we'll be able to get to that are pretty accessible and are older. Have some historic value to them or whatever. So yeah, it should be. I could either just mess up the images completely by not knowing what the heck I'm doing with the tilt and shift, or we'll see. But yeah, looking forward to it. It's gonna be fun. Any photographic equipment for you this week, or developing, or anything?
Nope. I had some prints done, I guess 2 weeks ago now, but
okay, all right.
Haven't really bought anything.
I saw that the thing you posted, images you put up a display at the library.
Yeah.
In the area. Okay. Some of your prints, and then some of everybody else who contributed, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, basically each person could have three pictures. Was what it worked out to be. It was only 10 or so people wanted to share. So.
Okay. All right. Yeah. And were you the one in charge of getting everything printed and arranged on the wall?
No, we put that in the printing and the mounting in the photographers. That was their job to get that done, and me and a few other people did the display part of it.
Okay, all right. So if people wanted to do prints, and they were responsible for supplying their pre-mounted prints within certain guidelines, and then you were display. Okay, all right. Well, that's a good idea. That way, yeah. And that might be why maybe not as many people wanted to participate too, because I got to pay money to do this.
Yeah.
But is it a pretty is it going to get a lot of views? Do you think? I think a lot of people are.
I hope so. I mean, the library gets a lot of business through there, so we'll see.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take a look at those shots and see, because yeah, that's one thing that I've done some printing of my stuff, but I haven't done near as much as I should, really. I mean, especially now doing the large format. I mean, I've done a couple of that, but I just need to do some more actual prints. And I mean, I've got wall space. I mean, you got this section of wall over here now that I could fill up with 5 or 6 images at least, and stuff down in the living room. We've got a few images, but it's time to rotate them out and put some new ones in. So
yeah,
need to do that. And eventually, when I ever get into the darkroom, that's my plan. I get on to actually print on real paper, and then do it that way. So
yeah, when you get back from vacation, you can work on that.
I should. Yeah, I'm hoping. I've got some good. I've got some good enough images that warrant printing and mounting in some form or another.
Yep.
Which you'll see it'll probably be. I'll do some color, but it's probably mostly going to be black and white. I mean, I'll take up 10 or 12 sheets of Ektar, but I mean I've got like 50 sheets of FP4, so I've got a lot of black and white to run through. So hey Dennis, how's it going?
Fine, Mark. You?
Excellent. Doing well. Nice and warm. Did you guys survive your warm weather this week? You were saying you were going to have several days warm weather.
Yeah, well, it's been several weeks warm weather, and it looks like it's another 2 weeks yet.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, it's really hot, but it's been quite breezy.
Okay. Yeah.
No good for a large format camera.
No. they do tend to have a bit of a wind gathering component to them.
Yeah, it's basically a parachute with a lens on the end.
Yeah. So, well, looks like you got out with the Leica. It looks like, I think, right? Is that what I saw?
I've been out with a Sony. I haven't done any.
Okay.
Film. Yeah.
No film on through the Leica yet. Yeah. Well, yeah, you guys are in the middle. I guess your hottest month of the year, pretty much. I mean, we got the British Open coming up in a couple of weeks, right? Yeah.
Yeah. There's it's unusual because they're talking about water restrictions. Hasn't rained for a long time.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. There'd be a hosepipe ban. Can't water your gardens with hose pipes.
Okay. All right.
I'll send you some. We're about drowning over here.
Yeah, we too. Man, we've had so much rain here. It's been crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just, all the rain you're supposed to get, Dennis, I think Wes and I are getting. We're way ahead for rainfall for the year so far. It's just crazy. Oh, yeah, you guys don't, I mean, you normally are fairly, water restrictions are unusual for you, aren't they, Dennis? I mean.
A few years back, there was a hosepipe ban. You just get the period where hasn't rained, unusual, it hasn't rained for a long time. The reservoirs start going down, so they start restricting the water pressure.
Yeah, yeah.
And then there's a ban. It's illegal to use a hose pipe.
Yeah. No landscape watering or anything like that because it all has to.
Yeah, it's a few years ago. There was a guy here who put a sprinkler in his front garden. Mm-hmm. And went out shopping when there was a hosepipe ban on.
Yep.
So when he came home, some kind person had disconnected the sprinkler and put the hosepipe through his letterbox.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's you don't want to do that, and he probably got fined and all the fun stuff too.
Yeah, I think it's a bit antisocial behavior, you see.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we haven't had water restrictions here in a few years. We had a little bit of a drought a few years ago, and I think we've more than made up for it here the last couple of years. It's been plenty of water. I mean, our big reservoir here, Lake Lanier, is it's still full. I mean, which is kind of unusual for this far into the summer. So, I mean, usually by now it's not danger levels, but it's definitely below full. But it's now just last week they were releasing water out of it because it was above full. So
yeah, well, I know where Wes is. I was very impressed by the kind of thunderstorms you get down there.
Yeah, it's lightning capital of the world, they call it.
It is, yeah, and it certainly knows how to rain.
Yeah.
You get some big rains in Florida. That is, and lightning everywhere. Very impressive. If you're a lightning photographer, I guess you have a good opportunity of getting good shots because especially in the summer, all that lightning. It's just
just don't use a carbon fiber tripod.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, so Wes is now you're waiting. You haven't developed any of that color yet, right? No, you're gonna wait.
I'm gonna wait for my vacation. I went out and shot a roll this week to use as my first practice one.
Okay, all right, good. And then when are you taking time off and actually going to be out running around a little bit?
It's when you guys are on vacation too. It's like the 16th through the 20th.
Oh, okay. All right. So that over that weekend, yeah. Okay. Well, good. Well, then we'll expect some. Well, okay. Well, yeah. Then you'll get your stuff developed and see if it works, and then I can order some stuff and.
Yep.
develop the sheets that I get hopefully. So okay. Well, good. That's you're making progress. You've got a test roll, so one to run through and test everything out, and you won't feel bad if it doesn't come out because there's nothing of any nothing of any import on it, I guess.
Yeah.
Are you going anywhere, Wes? Are you going to visit another country, or you?
No, I may go to some parks in the state. A couple hours away here and there, but
yeah,
probably mostly just staying home.
Well, that's your isn't it your project? Are you trying to visit all the state parks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Eventually, it's going to take a while, but
yeah. They have a lot. How many are on the list, and how many have you been to?
There's like 174, and I've only been to about 8 of them, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you've got to.
I've been to more than that in the past, but not. I haven't got the stamps and done good photography there and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Well, it's yeah. You can. There's a lot there, and there's a lot of. There's a fair amount of variety in Florida too. I mean, so there's a lot of different, especially when you get down into the stuff down south in the Keys and that type of thing. I mean, that's where you have to plan a week vacation and
right.
do that. So yeah, you've got lots of vacation plans pretty much set for the next few years if you want to just focus on going to the different state parks and stuff. So yeah, that's a neat project though.
Do you have to pay to go into your state parks?
Yes, but I have an annual pass, and it's a lot cheaper that way.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's the way to do it.
Yeah,
pretty much every state has that, and then for the national parks, you can get an annual pass for that as well. So,
yep.
And if you're a seasoned citizen, it's really, really cheap.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
It's like $20 or something. I mean, it's really inexpensive. So, and I'm hoping they start that at it's probably 60 and above, or maybe it's 55. If not, I've got one more year. If it's 55, I'm good. I can get the pass for $20.
Yeah.
If it's 60, I've got a few years to wait until.
If it's anything like this country, Mark, that as soon as you approach any of these discounts, they move the goalposts.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, in this country, if you was over 60, you get a bus pass, and you can use it on any bus in England, and it's free.
Okay.
Yeah, but you used to get it when you're 60, but now you get it when you retire.
Oh, okay.
They've moved the retirement age depending on when you was born. On average, it's 66, 68.
Okay. Yeah.
Moving it along. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The plan is that you never actually get one. You die before you get it.
Yeah. Well, that's what they did with did that with our Social Security system here. I mean, they've raised it over the years it used to be 65 for full benefit, and they've slowly raised it to essentially 67 now, I think it is. But what's funny is when they did create a Social Security in the 1930s, when people reached 65, the average life expectancy was like 2 years. So it was a great system. Retire at 65, and then we only have to pay you for on average like a year and a half, and you're going to be dead anyway. So it works out pretty good. But they haven't changed. They up until a few years ago it was still 65, but everybody's living longer. Everybody's living longer and longer, and they were spending money like everybody was going to die at 67. So.
That's what they said here. They can't afford to pay the pensions anymore. People are living too long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I thought it was more that the money they skimmed off the pension funds was more of a problem.
Yeah, that's probably it. No chewing on the power cord, cat. That could be not a good thing. Get away from that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. In this country, Mark, where the blokes, the guys retire when they're 65. and women could retire when they were 60.
Wow.
Yeah.
It could be the other way around.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But, of course, when things changed with this time of equality, they said this is wrong. I didn't know if the guys expected them to put it down to 60, but obviously they put the women up to 65 straight away. Yeah.
Well, it should have been like that from the beginning, because women live longer anyway. I mean, they're typically a few years longer in life expectancy than men.
You're right.
They are smarter than us, so they do live a little bit longer because they are generally smarter than us. So,
I've worked in a few residential care homes, and I used to play spot the guy. 90%, 99% were women.
Yeah. That's you go into a retirement home or anything like that. Yeah, and it's vast majority of the residents over the age of 85 or 90 or whatever. It's almost very highly tilted towards women. Yeah.
I did meet one guy in there, and he was 90. And I said to him, he's obviously got royal blood.
Well, we had a friend whose father was in a assisted, in a retirement community, assisted living facility, and he got in trouble because he was the woman he was hitting on was 100.
Oh, right.
He was he's in his 80s or whatever, and so they complained that he was
nice to know if it still works
on. Yeah. So it's I'm looking forward to getting old, I guess. I mean, it's can't do anything about it. It's going to happen. So enjoy the ride as much as you can.
Yeah, my friend told me here that they've got a new drug, Viagra eye drops. It says it makes you look hard.
Yeah. Oh man, that's bad. Oh man, yeah. Well, that's what we have to look forward to, boys. Getting old and pretty soon. Well, pretty soon that's going to be. You can order that now on a generic, and you don't have to pay the full price for Viagra now. Now you can get it cheap. So that's I guess we have that to look forward to.
Yeah, apparently you don't need a prescription anymore in this country.
I think we still do. I think we still do here, but that's probably going to change pretty soon.
Yeah, well, I've never needed any anyway, so that's fine.
Well, by the time I need it, it'll be free.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you'll probably get it with your enhanced pension.
Yeah, 67. Oh man. So you got any? Did you get any photographic equipment or anything this week, Dennis? And with all that warm weather, I figured you might stay inside and hit the buy button on eBay or Amazon or anything.
Yeah, that's the problem. If you spend too long on a computer, you start spending loads of money. Yes. Yeah, the only lens I haven't got what works properly on my A7 is the 35mm.
Okay.
But apparently Zeiss have got one which is specifically made for the Sony.
Okay. And it's super expensive, I'm sure.
Yeah, it will be. Yeah, it's probably £900 in this country.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But it's actually got electrical contacts which pass all the information to the camera.
Yeah. So
but it's manual focus.
Oh, okay.
The plus side is smaller than these great big lenses they've got out now.
Okay, all right. So it's a 35mm what?
F2. It's the same as my Zeiss Biogon I was using on the Leica. But that's the one what smears. So this one's designed to go on the thick filter stack.
Yeah. So it's designed specifically for that. So the image should be much better. Yeah.
Yeah, because I quite like manual focus. I like to focus the camera. Like I'm not old enough yet to have it do it for me.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that'd be a good lens to get, but yeah, it's it might be one of those where wait till it comes out and then you start looking on the used market for, 6 months or a year after it comes out, maybe. Although if it's such a good lens, they might, people might not sell it. They might just buy it.
I think it's been out quite a while because there are some on eBay.
Okay, all right.
They seem to hold their price because it's Zeiss.
Okay, so yeah, you might get what, a 10 or 15% discount, something like that, maybe.
Yeah, I think they're still going for £500 to £600 second hand.
That's better, yes, but that's still
Under 900.
Yeah, it's a lot better than 900, but yeah, 500 is still.
Yeah, because the Leica version, I think they start off about 3,000. It's just
yeah. Well, people are buying it, or they wouldn't sell it at 3,000. So I guess they're selling enough. They're selling enough at 3,000.
I know Sony have got a 1.4 35mm, but it's huge. It weighs a couple of pounds.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's only a stop difference.
Yeah. Is it really worth it for that big? Yeah, I mean,
it's autofocus. That's why it's so big, But
all the electronics.
You've got a small camera with the small lenses, with the rangefinder lenses. You're defeating the object to stick a huge telescopic lens on the front.
Yeah. Well, that'd be so. If you got the 30, well, if you got you would have very clear, sharp lenses all pretty much across what the range you would need. I would think.
Yeah, the Voigtlander is made to go on the Sony. Yeah, and the version 3, the one I bought last year, actually is fine. It's perfect. It works very well. But I've got nothing in between. The 50mm, the 50mm Voigtlander I got works fine. Doesn't smear.
Okay.
Yeah. So 35 would be the full kit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of the 90, the Leica 90 works perfect.
Yep.
I really like the idea with the helical adapter where you can use it as to get closer.
Yeah. No, you've had looks like really good success using that. I mean, it does what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, I just put it on maximum outreach, shut the lens right down to the nearest.
Okay.
Focus. Then I move about to get it.
Yeah, to get it in. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's on the list, but you haven't purchased it yet.
No, there's no rush. One will come along.
Yeah. That's kind of me. I mean, I got the wide angle lens, and I don't know. I guess I'd have to get like a 2. Well, you have the 210. Is that what you have, Dennis?
Yeah. The 210 is the one I use most of the time.
Yeah. And I really like the 135. It seems to fit pretty good. But yeah, I need like a high crusher. I would need the 210, or does it go up to a 250, or does it go like 210 to 270?
I think you can get 300.
Okay, yeah, that'd be a lot though. Yeah.
Yeah, you might need the extension on the camera.
You probably would need a Bellas extension for that, I would think. Yeah, I think. Well, 210 would be equivalent to like it's like a 70 basically.
Yeah. It's
135 is like a 45. So that's a big enough difference to make to be noticeable enough, that there's enough of a difference. That's like going from the 135 to the 90. That's essentially half again as wide. Going from.
I've got a 150, so all I really need to find is a 90. But all the ones I see on eBay, Mark, they're like the expensive glass.
Yeah, well, that was the thing. I mean, I had to decide between the 5.6 at $500 or $600, or the f8 at $250 to $300 or whatever. And I decided I'm going to do $250. And if I absolutely hate it, I mean, I could sell it for 90% of what I bought it for. I mean, it's not that big a deal.
The only difference is if you're trying to focus something in and it's quite dull, could be a problem focusing.
Yeah, and that's. I mean, I noticed that, and if it's, I guess if I get to the point where I just don't have enough situations where it's bright enough for me to really where I want to use the lens and it's just too dim, then I'll the only choice is to get a 5.6, and then I just have to realize that I essentially have to pay twice as much to get that extra that extra bit. So just how often do I wish I had that, and is the pain of the financial pain enough to overcome that? And I think I'll be fine. If I'm doing if I'm shooting more not in the woods or anything like that, but if it's more of a landscape during the day or that type of thing, I think I should be fine.
I suppose you could always do hyperfocal focusing, because it's only equivalent to a 30 mil.
Yeah. In a pinch, yeah. I mean, and I thought about that. And I was like, well, I guess you'd have to figure that out, and then just have that available just so you know. But yeah, that would be how to do it in a pinch. But then it would make it tough though to do like tilt and the tilt shift and all that stuff.
That's the problem. Yeah.
I mean, you could get it in focus, but you lose the advantage of what the camera gives you. I mean, you really tilt, adjusting focus, tilt front, focus back, or whichever way you do it. I mean, you can't do that. If you set it hyperfocal and you're just like, well, it's about 20 feet away, I'm just going to do it, and better than nothing, I guess. But you're not taking full advantage of what the camera can allow you to do.
No, I quite enjoyed using the large format when I couldn't get the complete tower in on the old ruins up the road here.
Mm-hmm.
And you just lift up the front standard, and everything comes to the frame. I mean, it's brilliant. Nothing distorts.
Mm-hmm. Yep. No, I was telling Wes before he popped on that when we're going up to our trip here in a couple of weeks, we kind of reshuffled our schedule a little bit, because I just realized it was like, well, it's along the lake and there's a lot of lighthouses there. So we kind of we kind of added an extra day to our trip going up there, so we can spend some time up in the area that has, looks like some decent lighthouses, that type of thing. So I think be good opportunity to get some images of that.
So Simmy's going to get some competition then.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just looking for some opportunity to get some. It looks like some interesting lighthouses. And there's also, I guess, some nice dunes in a section, a state park that's Big Bear Dunes or something like that. So we're gonna take an extra day driving up before we meet with our friends and do that. So hopefully get some good images. We'll see. I'm not buying any photographic equipment probably until next year, I think. So other than buying film and chemicals, that type of thing, I think I'm set for the time being.
You get to the point, Mark, where if you end up with the world's best camera and the world's best lenses, your days are over shopping.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can't do it all at once. There's always has to be something to aspire to, and you got to be able to use what you have too. I mean, I'm at the point now. I'm pretty comfortable with it, but I still haven't used the camera enough to feel really confident on, given this particular scene or that type of thing, here's what I do. I'm still kind of guessing and taking a lot longer, which is fine, but I'm taking a lot longer to set up the shot and do the shot than I will after I've used the camera some more. I mean, and it's just use and frequency, and I haven't done a lot of that the last 4 or 5 months. So,
I think the main problem is when you decide to change your camera system.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you see the guys on eBay. I looked at one today. The guy's selling his Sony Mark III. So it's not been out very long ago.
Yeah.
He's selling that, and he's going, check my other items. I'm selling lots of lenses, and they are really expensive. They're the 70 to 200. They're the 50 to 35. He seems to have gone out and bought all Sony lenses to go on his camera. And he decided he doesn't like it.
And he's got the Mark III has been out how long?
It's not. I don't
3
think.
months?
Yeah.
At the most.
Wow. Yeah. So he bought everything. He's like it's like walking into the dealership and saying, I'll just take the most expensive thing right here. I've never seen it, but it looks nice. Let's get it.
Now there's people out there that can do that. They can just walk in and buy everything.
Oh yeah, no, and it's
20 grand is nothing to him.
yeah,
that's right. He was trying to sell lenses £50 less than you can go in the shop and buy them. You know,
yeah.
That's not going to happen. He's going to lose a lot of money.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like that in any hobby or pursuit. I mean, photography, audio especially. Man, you get into audio. You know, the audio files, buying stuff, and
bought a few hi-fis in my time.
Yeah, and and it's a great opportunity for buying used. I mean, I bought my turntable new, but my speakers, my amplifier, were bought used. But I knew what I wanted, and I just researched and found somebody that didn't want whatever it was and was in good shape, and I saved basically 50%.
You see, it's great those people are out there. Really, they go in the shop and pay $1,000 for a turntable, and then you pick it up for $500 a month later because they've changed their mind.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it's the same thing of photography, obviously, with the lenses and the equipment. If you know what you want and you research it, then it's just you just got to wait for somebody to take the hit before you.
I don't know if there's a great deal of difference between this Mark III. I've got the A7 II, and when the 3 come out, eBay's full of version 2s because they must have the latest camera.
Yeah. I looked at that. I guess it was when I was looking to get, when I ended up getting the Olympus, I was looking at the I think it was maybe the Mark II had just come out at that point. And but yeah, I mean, it's got to be the body is $1,500–$1,600 for the Mark III.
Well, Mark III over here is about 2,000.
Yeah. And then the lenses, if you're buying all the Sony lenses, you've got a camera body for 2,000 and 5,000 or 6,000 in lenses probably. You got 8 or 10 grand tied up, and you had it for a week, and you're like, I really don't like that. I think I want to sell it.
Let's see, where's his film cameras he picked up? There's an absolute bargain.
Yep. Yeah.
And they're never going to go down in price, Wes.
No, the problem is they're going back up in price now. It's hard to buy anymore.
You're right.
Well, the cost of
me and Tim were looking on eBay, and I could never pick up a Leica M6 now, less than 1,000.
Yeah.
So in the last few years, they've doubled in price.
Yeah, it's they're still I won't say affordable. They're still relatively inexpensive, but they're a lot less inexpensive than they were, just a few years ago. Yeah. I mean, if you really
want to waste money, buy the digital versions. They seem to go from 6,000 down to about 2 in a few years.
Yeah. That's the film cameras definitely they hold their value. If you buy them used, if you buy film or even digital lenses, not the bodies, but the lenses and then film camera bodies, if you buy something and you got a decent price on it when you buy it, as long as it's not in bad shape, you can turn around and sell it for most of what you paid for it. So,
have you ever seen or handled a Mamiya 7? Rangefinder, which is version 7 version 2, interchangeable lenses. It is so expensive, and to me, it just looks like a plastic camera.
Oh, okay. That's okay. I was trying to think.
It's a medium format. Yeah.
Okay. And what is it? What is the price on that? What are they going for now?
Oh, they're an absolute fortune.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's like the lenses cost a fortune, and the camera's just as bad, But it just looks like it's made of plastic.
It probably is. It's probably high strength carbon fiber enhanced plastic, but yeah.
No, I don't think so.
No.
If you buy one, things fall off,
Polycarbonate, plain old polycarbonate plastic. Yeah. It's I haven't really been paying attention to prices on camera equipment for the last year or so. I don't need to look at it, because if I look at it, I'll probably see something that I want to buy.
I thought I'd like to get hold of one and try one. but I've never seen a cheap one.
Yeah, yeah. That's what do the camera bodies go for?
About 1,800.
Oh, let's see, Mamiya. Okay, I just logged into eBay. Let me take a look here.
And Mamiya 7.
Yep, medium format rangefinder body, 7.2 black, $2,600 pre-owned.
There you go. Do you get a lens with that?
No, that's just the body. And here we go. We got a regular one. This one has an 80 and a 150 millimeter lens, and it's $2,200. So this camera is still, I think, is Mamiya still making this one?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think it's still made. Yeah.
Yeah. That's part of the problem. Here's
apparently the lenses are as good as Hasselblad.
Yeah. So here's a 7 version 2 with an 80 millimeter lens, and it's $3,500.
Yeah, phenomenal amount of money.
Oh wait, I could get a pin, a Mamiya 7 film camera pin for $12.95. Hey, there we go. Yeah, I do remember these now. I was looking at them, and even 5 or 6 years ago when I was looking at medium format cameras, I ended up getting the Rolleicord. Yeah, I looked at these and they're like really cool, but I was not going to pay whatever they were then. They were probably, 30 or 40% less than they are now. But yeah, it looked neat, but not that neat.
Yeah, I was thinking like every time I logged on eBay to have a look, most of them are in Japan.
Yeah, they're selling. Here's one rare, almost unused, with an 80 millimeter f4 lens, $4,500. Yeah, it looks like a nice camera. I mean, it looks like it would be a really fun camera to shoot.
Well, apparently it's light to carry around.
Yeah, but not that nice. That's take a zero off that. $300, $500.
Yeah. I'd like to say I'd like to use one, develop the films, to see if it's true what they say. This camera is really exceptional. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Do you belong to a photo group or anything in your area, Dennis?
Only this one, Mark.
Okay. Well, that's the best one to belong to.
Of course, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I would think if you could find like a photo group, there's probably somebody in a photography group somewhere that probably has one, and that would be the way to try it out. I mean, I tried the group that I occasionally go out and shoot with. The guy had a Pentax 6.9, the big 6x9 medium format, and that was heavy. I think it was a brick.
It's a tank.
Yeah, but it was actually pretty easy to use, and I haven't checked prices in a year or so, but it was still relatively affordable.
It's a studio camera, really.
Yeah, it is. But you could carry it around, but yeah, you wouldn't. It's not highly portable, but it's portable enough. It's better than. What's that other one? There's that. Is it the Bronica Studio camera?
Which one? I've got the Bronica Square.
Okay.
Yeah, which is the poor man's Hasselblad.
Yeah, and you really like that. I mean, that does a good job. That's probably pretty affordable too.
Yeah, you can pick them up really reasonable. And I picked up a 180 millimeter lens for that, and it really is a nice lens in its leather case. And I think I paid something like £90 for it. If you check the Bronica site, it started off about 2,000. The lens,
Yeah, when it was new. Yeah, it is. It is crazy. I mean, they're still a lot less than what they were, but yeah, the prices have definitely increased in the last couple of years.
Yeah, I mean, it's only basically the what you're using to record the image, whether you use film or whether you use a digital sensor.
Yeah,
lens is just as good on both.
Yeah, that's the thing. The lens ends up in most cases. The lenses are one of the most expensive part of any camera system.
Yeah,
you can get the body, whatever it is, and then the lenses. The appropriate lenses for the body that you're using are much more expensive, but they last. They don't go out of for the most part. I mean, eventually they do, but they don't lose. You know, they don't lose the technology race in 6 months like the camera bodies do.
Of course, the images you get from a medium format camera are far superior to.
Oh yeah,
yeah, and you don't have to have really expensive 35mm lenses. You pay a fortune for a 35mm lens to do what a cheap medium format will do.
Yeah. No, the medium format is a good, a very good compromise. You know, not even really a compromise, but it's a good choice to go up from 35mm. It's still relatively portable enough that you can, the image quality is so much more than 35mm. I mean, it's a factor, you know, 10 times better.
When Wes has developed his 120 film, and you put it up against even a digital, it does look so different. It does render so different.
Yeah, it does, definitely. Yeah, I mean, I think that's for somebody that's looking to get into film photography and something other than 35. I mean, yeah, medium format is relatively affordable still, you know, depending on the system you get. But the image quality is just so much more. I mean, that's if you're really looking for resolution and high quality, yeah, it just blows away, and it's still relatively portable. It's obviously not as portable as a 35, but still relatively portable. A lot more portable than a 4x5, that's for sure.
Yeah, I said the same, Mark. That's as far as I've ventured, like you, 4x5, that is getting expensive. And I don't know how these guys do the 8x10s because it must cost a fortune.
No, it's a lot of money, and I mean, you really have to be dedicated to it. I mean, you watch some of the photographers that do 8x10 stuff, and beautiful stuff. But man, yeah, that's a money pit, especially for the film. You know,
the cameras are not cheap.
No, the cameras aren't, and the lenses are getting, and it's just so big too. I mean, it just
and the film holders, Mark. It's like 200 for a film holder.
Yep. Yeah, I don't see ever going any more than 4x5. I think that's.
I think 4x5 is good. It's good to learn on, you know. So and it does things that no other camera does. So
that was a big appeal for me, was just the ability to be able to manipulate the image the way you can with that. And I've done a little bit, and I have a lot more to learn. But what I've done so far is just like, wow, this is pretty neat, being able to do that.
I consider myself a beginner when it comes to 4x5.
Oh yeah. I so much. I really need to spend a lot more time than I have. I mean, it's almost like you go out and you almost have to spend half relearning a little bit, because you really need to get out. You know, just like anything. I mean, you need to be out and doing it on a regular basis. And
because last time I took the large format out, I was stuck. I was thought to myself, now, do I focus on the far, tilt to the near, you know, or was it the other way around?
And you can do it either way. It just depends on the result you want, I think.
Yeah, that's right. You're going to either get foreground with large objects or small objects in the front.
Yep. So yeah, I mean, and that's a fun thing. The worst thing about it and the best thing about it is that you can do anything with it. So there's just all the adjustability and everything that goes into it. So
with this Scheimpflug, is it the plane of focus? That's hard to get your head around sometimes.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and
object,
But if you do get your head around it and master it, or become comfortable with it, you can do a lot, and that's what makes it fun.
Yeah, there's a guy on YouTube making it look so easy. Just going, oh yes, you just do this and bring this in focus.
Yeah.
But I struggled.
Yeah, no, it takes a while, and it's just like anything. It's repetition for a lot of it. And I know for me, I mean, I've done, how many have I done? 50. I've done 56 sheets of film through the 4x5 in the year and 3 months that I've had the camera. So not too bad, but it should be twice as much, really, in order to feel comfortable with everything on doing, all the motions and movements and everything. I mean, I should have a lot more than that to really feel comfortable.
I've got so many unexposed sheets of 4x5, which is mainly out of date.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when I take a picture, I just turn the holder over and do another one at a different setting,
mm-hmm.
Or a different F number, so I can compare.
Yeah. Well, that's a big part of it. Yeah, I mean, you just got to do a lot of different variations and stuff just to learn. I mean, it's like anything. You just have to do all the different options, and then that usually helps you learn what works and what doesn't.
It's not too bad when you got a box which is costing you like 50 cents a go.
Mm-hmm.
But to use Velvia, you bought Velvia. You're not going to use $5 sheets as test sheets,
Yeah, that's exactly it. I mean, I was saying I've got almost 2 boxes of FP4, that I bought new, but it's 75 cents a sheet or something like that. So it's pretty affordable. But the Ektar it's $3.50 a sheet. So I'm not going to use that to practice on. I can feel okay spending, $8 doing 7 sheets of FP4. That's not too bad. But if I did the same thing on that, it'd be $50 almost for the guitar.
Yeah, and what you're taking, the subject, it's got to be a good photograph, because you're not going to just waste it on something.
Yeah, exactly. I'm kind of at the point where I'd be fine, wasting an image on FP4 because it's not that expensive. But yeah, if I'm going to use color, I'm going to do it on something that I really want, that I am putting a value on the image, on what the image is. So speaking of images, let's go into these because, hey, Crusher. Yeah, that's Crusher. He's the assistant. His brother is downstairs sleeping, I think. Assistant, yeah. All right. So there we go. I think this is the last image from last week. This was Patrick's multi-million-dollar car. That's just speaking about people that can walk in and buy things. Yeah.
Yeah.
$50 million for a Ferrari. Okay, so here we got Nicholas Harris, black and white, and this was he has a 6D, so it's a 16 to 35 f4. Do you have that lens, Wes? Or do you have the 18?
I've got it's 18 to 35 Sigma. I got. This is an L glass.
Yeah, this is the L one. The one, yeah.
Canon one.
Yep. Yeah, that's kind of a neat shot. I like that.
Yeah, it's cool.
A nice perspective on the stairs. It almost looks like it's the stairs going up to the, I guess, bridge or something.
I don't know if it's a self-portrait or just some random.
Yeah, I don't know. Nicholas, if you watch this, and just comment and say, is this you or is this somebody else? Mm-hmm. We have the mysterious Nicholas. I don't know what Nicholas looks like. His picture has a pumpkin in it, but that's probably not him. So, but yeah, that's a neat shot. I don't know where that is in Paris, but yeah, cool. Black and white treatment is, I think, perfect for this type of thing. Looks like it was taken, March 1st. So yeah, no leaves on the trees or anything at this point. It's kind of end of winter for them. Yeah, it's a nice one. Very nice. Okay, Dennis. Now, I don't think you didn't post the image. I saw you posted something on Facebook, right, Dennis? That I saw that was actually like inside the little hut.
Yeah.
And Tim was like, "You got inside?"
Yeah, that's what Tim said. That I actually went down there and it was open.
Wow.
Yeah, and so I found out the information that this piece of scrap metal in the garden is a present from Adolf Hitler. It was the German V2 rocket, what landed in the farmer's field near this building.
Wow. So did it land and explode, or did it just land and?
We had no idea. For my time, they just said that it was dug up in a field nearby.
Huh. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. So that looks like the bottom of the motor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Do you remember the big cog? What me and Tim took? There's this massive iron wheel with all the teeth on it. Apparently, that turns out to be the main gear for a swing bridge that used to be on this island. So it was salvaged and put in the Dutch Cottage Museum. Yeah.
So this is in that same piece of land as that.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the garden around the Dutch cottage.
So how often do they actually open the place up? Is it really as rare as?
I think it's the weekends in the summertime. Sundays, maybe Saturday, Sunday. I don't think it opens very much in the winter time.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a listed building, so it's protected.
Yeah.
Because it's so old. But there was a load of other stuff laying around in the garden we didn't take much notice, and this trough laying in the corner turned out to be dug up from the marshes. Was a Roman water trough.
Oh wow!
Yeah, going back to because it was a Roman settlement on this island many years ago.
Wow, that's interesting. Yeah. Yeah, so 1,500 years ago or whatever it was. Yeah, whenever it is. Yeah. Oh, that's very cool. Let's see. Okay, so this is your focus. Like that.
Yeah, this was with the 90mm again with this close focus adapter.
Yep. Yeah, that's nice.
Lots of detail there. It's good.
Yeah, there's a lot there in the center of the flower. That's
that
nice.
Leica lens, definitely the colors and everything, just it looks so different from the Voigtlander.
Yep.
Yeah, if we use a Voigtlander lens, the colors, you put them side by side and the Leica colors are so much better.
Yeah, that's a nice shot, nice image. Yeah, the detail on that is great. I really like the color, the yellow kind of coming into the petals, and
of course the lenses. None of these lenses are macro, so I just think it opens up a new world that you can get closer than that lens was ever designed to be.
No, that's very neat. Very nice. I like that. And there we go.
Yeah, so Flickr's acting funny today. There's stuff.
Yeah, it is. There's stuff going. Yeah, coming up and down. So so here we go. Lay on sea. So here's low tide. It looks like.
Yeah, tide's going out.
And so this is Charlie Boy. Charlie Boy.
Yeah. I was. This one was the 50mm Voigtlander.
Okay.
And it was wide open, Mark, on f1.5.
Wow. Okay. So, 3200th of a second. Yeah. Pretty bright day to begin with. There's no clouds in the sky.
Bright and contrasty.
Oh, that's kind of a neat.
The other one I put on there, Mark, was the Dutch cottage itself. It is on there. I don't know. It must be in the line somewhere.
Yeah, it's not. Sometimes they show up, sometimes they don't.
Yeah. There it is. Yeah. Oh wow, we missed it too. So let's go back. We'll take a look. Prismatic heron. Oh, this is interesting. Is this like a lens error or something?
No. This is rainbow. I think you've done really well there getting that out, Wes.
That's a real rainbow. Yeah.
It's a real white rainbow. Yeah.
Oh.
What filter did you have on that?
No filter.
No, not even a UV filter. Nothing.
Nope. Just my 150 to 600 lens, and I had to do a lot of basically dodging in Lightroom to get it to come out.
Yeah.
And use the dehaze slider also, and helped
Okay. That's pretty cool. It's negative exposure on the sky to get the rainbow to show. Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, when I first saw it, Wes, I thought, Wes has developed a color film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got the temperature off a little bit.
Got the temperature off.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's neat.
I did shoot a couple frames on the film, so we'll see how it turned out. But I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It'll be interesting to see.
Okay, you're a EOS lawn, yeah. Huh. That's a neat one. Yeah, it's a nice. Okay, so here it is. Here's the cottage, the 500-year-old cottage.
This is, remember, Tim took one with his camera.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to do the same, but I was using a 90mm lens, so I had to step back a bit.
Okay.
I just wanted to see how much detail the 24-megapixel sensor will pull out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the mesh on the roof was, yeah, it's there.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you can see that. That's not bad.
I actually went inside this, Mark, and I couldn't stand up.
Okay.
Yeah, I was bent over. The beams inside are just so small. The ceiling is so small.
So everybody in 1600 that lived in this was probably under what 5'7" probably. 5'7".
Yeah, they must have been pretty short people.
They had to get a two-story in here. Yeah.
People were shorter back then.
Yeah.
I mean, you're quite tall, Mark. You must be taller than me.
I'm about 6 foot. Yeah, a little between 6 foot and 6'1", depending on if my back's compressed or not. So yeah, 6'1" ½ inch probably.
Yeah, so I'm only about 5'11". So
okay, yeah.
You're you'd be in trouble in there.
Yeah. Now, Pam, on the other hand, she'd have plenty of room. It would be like a spacious thing for her. She's only 5 feet tall, so.
Yeah, so what you do, Mark, is you go to the front door and just kneel down and crawl in. You know?
Yeah.
It's like a Wendy house inside. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. That's a neat. And that color is pretty. It's got that kind of that pastel color to it. I mean, that's the true color. Okay.
It's like a pinky tint, the walls.
Okay. Yeah, it's almost like a pink flamingo kind of color to it. Okay. Interesting. What are you looking at, Crusher? You watching? All right. There we go. Did we miss anything? Yeah, Flickr is misbehaving a little bit today. All right. Oh, Patrick. No, that's an old one. All right. So we got that. Oh, it didn't even add the. No, we missed one.
Yeah, it's not showing everything, and then you just refresh and it shows up again. It's weird.
Yep.
Yeah, let's refresh it again. Yeah, it is kind of. There we go. All right.
There.
All right. So that was, we saw that. We saw the, yeah. Okay. So this is my rock. This is with the, as you can see, the Ektar 100 with the 90 millimeter lens. So. Kind of not really that. I noticed the black and white version of this ended up with 1,200 views, but it didn't make Explorer. But I put it in some groups, so I'm just that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I've had nothing to explore this week.
Yeah, yeah. So the colors, it's typical Ektar. It seems to be.
I see with Wes's picture got 3 figures in faves in the end then.
Yeah, just barely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that picture of the rock, Mark, you took exactly the same in black and white, didn't you?
Yes, this was black and white, and this was a little later. We go back to their, where was it? Yeah. So here's the black and white. And yeah, I mean, essentially the same. The scan is a little, I scanned them, so there's a little difference. The negative is a little different on the scan. But the thing that was interesting was this was the first image, and then the color was the second. But just in that little bit, the the light, the light was on the rock here, but then in the color it was on the leaves up here. That's kind of, it's about 3 minutes or so, I think. It's kind of the difference between, but yeah.
So what one do you prefer?
I like the black and white one.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah. Just because, I think it's just because there's not that much that's really interesting in the color version. The black and white puts the emphasis on the rock, I think, which is better.
You got to refresh that again, Mark. It's gone off.
Yeah, it's not doing it, but yeah, I think the black and white is better, better than the color. There we go. Yeah, the color's okay, but there's not that much. It's green, and yeah, it's just there's nothing real if there was a red or other color over here somewhere, that'd be fine. But yeah, black and white's definitely my preference on that. And then we got Wes, the image curator here. Okay, so it's going to show the whole month of July then. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So this is, and you said there were like 4 members that contributed images?
No, about 9 or 10. I think.
Okay. All right. And they were able to do what, 3 images each or something?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, cool. That's yours there. That one, it looks like.
Yeah, the white frames are mine.
Okay, the white frames. Okay.
That was different.
Okay. Yeah, I recognize that. I recognize them now. Cool. Very neat. So
we got a little blurb there to hopefully get some new members to join.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the goal. Get some new people in. It's how many are there any other members that do film photography at all?
No, not that I know of. A lot of people started in film, but not many people around here still shoot it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So they started in film back in the day and then moved over to digital 10 years ago or whatever. And here they are. Yeah. Okay. Oh, cool. Yeah. That's kind of neat. Kind of get the word out a little bit, show some images and promote the hobby of photography. Okay, here's the second one. Yeah, there's some nice images there. Yeah, your surfer boys and that. I like that one. A close up with that gator.
Yeah.
Is this the thing that's underwater? Is this the thing that's underwater?
Yeah, it's like in the Keys, I think, or something.
I've seen that similar image in other places. Yeah, some cool.
Yeah,
so what kind of cameras do other people use? Are they DSLRs or are people using?
Mostly DSLRs. Yeah.
Okay.
Some mirrorless. The guy who shot the underwater thing, he's shooting mirrorless. He's got a Sony mirrorless camera.
Okay.
He does a lot of underwater stuff.
Okay. Is this his too with the palms? Yeah.
No, that's somebody else.
Okay.
Actually, they're both named Chris, but
okay.
2 different people.
Different ones.
Yeah.
It's cool. Lots of wildlife stuff.
Yeah, it's a common thing around here. That's kind of what you shoot if you live here is wildlife. That's what's here.
Got a lot of opportunity for that, which is always good. Okay, and then kind of the main view. So it's like right in, you come in the main entrance and walk into the library, so you got to go past this.
Yeah.
Past this to get there. Okay, cool. It's up there for a month. That'll, hopefully get some new members to the group. That's very cool. How many do you have? I know you said at some point. I can't remember though.
Members or?
Yeah, members in the group.
There's like 400 or something. But
okay.
Like I said, only about 10 to 12, 15 maybe show up to the meetings.
Yeah.
But it's random. Good. People come in and out kind of thing.
Yeah. We belong to a photo group that's a large, and it's got, I don't know, 2,000 people on in the group, but any meeting you go to, you might be lucky to have 25 or 30 that show up, you know, and there's a core group of people that are there every time, and then you know, half are there all the time, and then the other half are just people, you know, as they have time or that type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's, you know, not everybody it can be part of the group, and you know, people I know with our group, you know, people don't necessarily go to the meetings, but if they do, you know, meetups for photo shoots or photo walks, that type of thing, you'll get a pretty good, you know, just mix of people that do that, and then just don't go to the monthly meeting. So
Right.
Well, cool. Very good. Sure, guys. Yeah, we're gonna have. I guess next week is the 8th, and then we'll take our midsummer break for the 15th and the 22nd. Those are. I'll be gone that week. Basically, we leave on the 15th and come back on the I think the 23rd or the 24th. So 15th and 22nd there won't be a show, but then we'll be back on the 29th for that. So that'll give Wes time to get his film developed, and we shall see. And hopefully have some images from our trip and from your trip. And Dennis, if the temperature goes down a little bit, you can get back out with your, and the wind goes away, you can get out with your 4x5.
Yep. Well, any opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely don't want to go out on a windy day, like you said. That's not something you want to have happen. You don't need to have the camera blow over. It's not.
Yeah, I should just have to keep.
Not an optimal result.
Keep my eye out for the lenses on the eBay, but the ones that are on there are quite expensive at the moment. But you know, when you log on to the sold prices, if you scroll through, some of them have gone for really reasonable money. You know, so
yeah,
best advise your time. Yeah,
yeah, you just got to watch a lot of them and wait till that one that slips through the cracks somehow.
Yeah, there was a few on there for 400, 450. You know, whereas at the moment they seem to be around 550. So.
Yeah, no, it is just a matter. Once you figure out what it is that you want, and then you got to get an idea kind of what a realistic low price is, not a ultimate low ball price, but what a realistic low price is. And then you just have to keep going through and watching stuff and paying attention.
Yeah, you need 3 people to put the same lens on in 1 week. So the market's satisfied, and the last one goes pretty cheap. Yeah.
That's basically it. Yeah, it is interesting how it works. But yeah, once you do have to watch multiple auctions and then pay attention. No, don't biting the camera. No. Okay. So, all right. Well, we better close this one out before the cat destroys the webcam, because he's sniffing at it right now. So
yeah, what happened last week, Mark? You seemed to freeze and then you just went off.
Yeah, our internet went out for about half an hour. Everything froze, and I said, "Hey, it doesn't look like the internet's working." And then about 30 minutes later, it came back. So we it just kind of froze up, and that was it. Can't control the internet when that happens. That's for sure. So hopefully it doesn't happen. It's weird. We get, I don't know if it's temperature or not, because it seems like we have more problems with outages in the summer when it's hot. I don't know if stuff just, you know, if the switches and all that stuff are stressed more, probably when it's hot rather than cold. But we seem to have more internet outages in the summer than we do in the winter. I think maybe it's between the heat and, you know, if we get a quick storm or something like that. But yeah, just kind of blanked out. And I was talking. I was like, "Hey, wait, nothing's moving," and then just away it went. So can't control that. But hey, good show. Appreciate, as always, Dennis and Wes for showing up. And we'll do a show next week, and then we'll take a 2-week summer break, and then close out the month of July on the 29th with the show. So, guys, have a good week.
Yeah,
you too.
All right, take care. We'll see you. Bye.
Cheers.